Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video in our data section algorithm series. And in this video, we'll be understanding about linked list, right? So what is the linked list? What is the use of it? Where we are going to use it? What is the implementation? All these things we'll be discussing as part of this video. We'll be doing a custom implementation as well in a very simplest form to understand how linked list works internally and how we can remember that implementation as well. So this array topic that I finished earlier, right? This array and linked list, these two topics, actually these two data structures are the basic data structures on top of which a lot of other data structures are implemented, right? So let's get into the content already, right? What is a linked list, right? As I have written here, a linked list is a group of nodes connected in sequence, right? What is a node? How they are connected in sequence, right? So let's understand, how these linked lists and nodes are structured and how we actually form it, right? Let me take you to a graphical representation of it. So right now we'll talk about, singly linked list. Now we need to understand first what is a node class. Okay, so let's understand that first. So a node is basically, this is I'm talking about how the node is structured in a singly linked list. So a node basically has two parts, right? In first half, this is where a value is stored, right? Every node consists of a value. This is where a value is stored, and in the next half of it, the address of next linked list node is present. Address of next node. So in the next half, in first half you have the value stored, and in the next half you have the address of the next node. Okay, this is how basically your node is structured. And if you talk about class, right, your class will also look like same only. If I can just implement that here itself. Class node, you will have one value, right, and you will have next parameter as node. I can call it next. That's it. This is how your node class looks like basically. So you understood what is a node, right? A node is a structure where in the first half you store a value, and in the second half you store the address of next nodes. Later I'll be telling you about the doubly linked list node as well, where you have a one previous part where this can store the address of previous node as well, just like this. In the same way you have this address of next node, right? Same way. So for now we are talking about singly linked list only, so let's stick to this particular structure. So you understood what is a node, right? Now let me tell you how a singly linked list is formed in the memory. For that, let me draw a structure. So there are more terminologies related to linked list, right? Linked list, basically we have two more terminologies, which is head. This head always points to first node, and the last node is called as tail node. Okay, which obviously the last node in singly linked list points to null, right? This is where the value is stored. This is where the address of next node. Again, this is where the value, this is where the address of next node. Value and the address of next node. So this is how a singly linked list look like basically, right? In this particular linked list you have three nodes which are connected to each other, right? And you have a head and you have a tail node. Okay, so you have a first node, you have a last node, and you have a middle node. Okay, so basically this is how the structure looks like in singly linked list. we'll be talking more about about the same structure when we go to implementation, right? So you saw what is a node class, right? And what is the node class structure and how a singly linked list structure is found. Later when I talk about types of linked list, right, I'll be talking about other linked list structures as well. But for now, let's put complete focus on singly linked list, right? How they are stored in memory. So array, we said ki every single location in our index is stored at a contiguous memory location, which is immediately close to each other. In linked list, it does not happen, right? In linked list, next node could be at different location, and next node could be at different location, right? So yeah, that's how it is. Linked list can grow and shrink dynamically. There are different operations that we'll be discussing as well. Okay, so we perform different type of operations in linked list, right? We can have a lookup. We can look up for a particular value by the node value itself and by the index itself. We'll be understanding about these each of these operation time complexity as well. For example, if you look for a value in a particular linked list, it will be O of an operation because you'll be iterating through through the whole linked list, right? Through index, it will be again O of n only because unlike arrays, here you have no concept of indexes, right? Let's understand how this linked list work in Java with some small operations, right? Then we'll jump into our custom implementation itself. So let's see how they work in Java. It's just a small overview to see how they are already working in Java. I'm taking a linked list of integer. You can add numbers to the list. You have methods like add, and you have add last as well, right? If you want to add a particular number in the end of the list. Let's add 3 numbers and see if how they are printed. So we have added 10, 20 and 30. Let's print this list as it is. And see what we are getting when we try to print this particular list. Internally, this linked list has toString method overridden, so you should be able to see this sort of representation when you are printing this list directly, right? So you can add last, you can add first as well. List dot add first. Let's add 47 as a first element. Now if you print, right, you should get 47, then 10, 20, 30, right? So let's see. Yeah, you see. So what this method is doing basically, it is adding the particular value one node, right, in the beginning of the list itself, and all these are getting added sequentially, right? 10, then after 20 got added, then after 30 got added, and when we tried to add this 47, right, before first node itself, which was 10 earlier, this 47 got added, right? Now the head of your linked list that I have shown you in the graphical representation, right? Now the head points to 47 because this is the first element in the list now, and the tail points to 30 as usual because still 30 is the last node, right? You can do the similar operations for deletion as well, like delete or remove, right? Remove first, remove last. Let's try remove last. Now you should not be able to see 30, only 47, 10, 20, right? Okay, I forgot semicolon. Classic mistake. Okay, so now you should be able to see only 47, 10, 20. There is no 30 because you have removed that from the list. Similarly, you have other methods as well. Remove first also, index of, getting the size of the list, right? All these methods are there. So basically this is just a sample code to try all the methods which we have, which are present in our collection framework. Linked list are basically part of our collection framework itself, right? So they are based on the need when we want to store our values or objects in a sequence way. That's when we make use of this linked list. This is how it is represented in Java basically, and we'll be doing the custom implementation of all these methods, not just these methods, some other methods as well, which I'll just show you, okay, to understand how it is internally implemented. Quick representation of how we use linked list in Java. Let's get back to our topics. So you understood how we are basically working with Java linked list. I have just demo some basic operations. Let's understand how you can build your own linked list, right? We'll be implementing singly linked list, and we'll be implementing all these operations like add first, add last, delete first, delete last, contains, index of, size method. We'll be converting this list to array also. Then we'll understand some difference between arrays and linked list in terms of time complexity. Then we'll come back to these classic operations. Like these are one of the most popular operations or questions in linked list. Like how do you reverse a linked list? This is asked so much, and we'll be implementing this particular question after we are done with this implementation. Then there is one more question, kth node from the end. Here we use a two-pointer approach. I'll be telling you more about that as well. Anyways, all of these approaches, right? Two-pointer, greedy algorithm, and all that backtracking. So these are, anyways, I'll be explaining you when I talk about the algorithms, right? But here also I'll be telling you how we are able to achieve that. Then we'll be understanding about types of linked list. Singly, doubly, circularly, doubly, on that, right? Don't worry if you're not able to understand that for now, because we'll be discussing all these things in detail. Then we'll have a look at the Java source code itself, where I'll be practically showing you that this is how it is implemented and these are the operations you can perform with it. And we'll just have a small sneak peek into what types of problems you can solve. Then we'll be winding up this linked list concept. Then we'll be winding up this linked list as a concept itself, right? So yeah, from next video onwards, we'll deep dive in, we'll dive into all these operations of the linked list. We'll be implementing these add operations, delete operations, and all these operations. And that's it. I'm ending this video, just keep the scope limited. We already understood the Java linked list implementation and what we are going to talk about. And in next video, we'll be understanding about all these custom operations and a little bit more into how you're implementing all that. That's it. See you in the next video. Meanwhile, may the source be with you.